not know it was Satan. Therefore he
Live.
received them with joy.
Going the wrong way though. I should be going
Then
this way.
Satan, the tallest of
Trying to
them,
see
said,
myself.
Rejoice, O Adam, and be
I'm
glad.
stooping down so the top of the camera thing don't bump my head. I'm just serious.
And Adam said, What is it?
It's not, my place isn't this small.
It is a simple thing, yet it is.
Let me come around here. Oh! I'm going to make this one a quick. I rearranged my studio so that let me show you this. I bought my couch back in here. This is actually my.
And Adam said, I do not know
This
you.
is actually my
Satan said
bed.
I am the angel that brought you gold
And
and took it into the cave.
I rearranged
This is the one that brought you incense.
everything's in my
And that
studio.
angel is the one who brought you myrrh
Yeah,
from
quick
on top of
once
the
around.
mountain, and who carried you to the cave.
Picture a friend Pianist. You can see Studio 2 is way over there.
God has not sent them with us this time.
Anyway, let's make this one quick. I don't want to be rambling on like I've been doing lately. I'm listening to the book of Adam. It's one of them books that they didn't want to put in the Bible because the Bible's already hard to believe.
I do not know how to swear.
They didn't want it to seem like a fairy tale, but it seems like most of the fairy tales I read now, they seem like they make more sense in reality. Some fairy tales are not lies. I tell you that much. If I fall from.
Raised the stars in heaven and established the dry ground on the waters, and has created me out of the four elements. Footnote. See the previous footnote.
So what happened was, what I'm going to do here, I'm really happy with that. I always say the same thing, that exercise book, and I always forget the virtuoso. Becoming a virtuoso, Haydn's virtuoso exercises. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to start reading my music one hand at a time. I'm going to run through. It's just the practice of reading. It's not memorizing the notes. I'm going to take one hand at a time. It's starting to make sense. And plus, I need to order some mimeograph paper so I can start writing out some of my own exercises. I need more exercises. I'm thinking about ordering. I love, I remember.
This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings.
I remember preludes, fugues, and preludes. My teacher was amazed that when I got to fugues and preludes, I went right through it because it was something with both hands were doing something different. It was fun. It's like typing. And she was amazed that she said, "Oh, you like those?" She said, "I need to order some more." So I need to order myself some fugues and preludes. But my reading is coming along. I just need to do it more, find more things that's interesting. I hope you are progressing in your reports. So what I'm getting ready to do it. Oh, and I was watching the video today. I'm definitely going to start recording. Let me tell you too, that spot that we saw on the Phantom yesterday was a spot. I didn't scratch the keyboard. I thought it was a scratch right here. You remember yesterday I was telling you it was a scratch right there. It looked like it was in the metal. It seems like this keyboard picks up scratches easy, but the surface is durable. So, don't get too dizzy while I'm moving everything around here. I need to get a better swivel. Hopefully in the future, I want to upgrade everything so I can go like live 24/7. You know, y'all can see it's going to be a reality show here. Reality show. Got to figure out what name I'm going to use. Carlton Moxley, my real name, Carlton Dwayne Moxley, with a U-D-U-A. Or am I going to use Unknown Pianist? Or am I going to use several? I can use several. Like the Funkadelic, Sir Knows, Dr. Funkenstein. You know what? Somebody gave me a title, Dr. Carltonstein. Dr. Carltonstein. Let me try this mic.
And why have you made agreement with Satan another time? But Adam cried and said, "Oh God, forgive me, for I did this unwittingly, believing they were God's angels."
Turn off my
And God forgave Adam, saying
book
to
reading.
him, "Beware
Book of
of Satan."
Adam.
And he withdrew his word.
Yeah, I would make a suggestion if
Then Adam's heart was
you've
comforted,
never heard of
and
the
he
book
took
of
Eve,
Adam.
and they went out of the
Listen
cave
to it on
to prepare
YouTube.
some food
Just
for
let
their
it play
bodies.
before you fall
But from
asleep.
that day, Adam
The
struggled
book of
in his mind
Joshua.
about marrying Eve,
Joshua.
afraid that if he was to do it, God would be angry with him.
Jesher.
Then Adam and Eve
Not
went to
the
the river
Joshua.
of water and sat on the
Book of
bank,
Joshua.
as people do when they
And
enjoy
the
themselves.
book of
But Satan was jealous
Ezra.
of them and planned
Not
to destroy them.
the book of Ezra in the Bible. Ezra.
Chapter
Ezra.
72.
Let me see if I can find
Adam's
the
heart
spelling.
is set on fire. Satan
If I can
appears
find
as
the
beautiful
spelling.
maidens.
The book of Ezra. The book of Ezra. Here we go.
For grace.
Book of
They came up
Ezra.
out of the river in presence of Adam and Eve.
EZRA. Book of Ezra. Ezra, Nehemiah, Ezra. I don't know if that's the same one. Let's see. This is.
Let me alone, my lord, that I may weep for myself.
Yeah, this is it.
More, for I am greatly
That's
embittered
more
in
than.
spirit,
And the book of
and I said to her,
Maccabees.
What has happened to you? Tell me. And she said to me, Your
Maccabees,
servant was barren and had no
Joshua,
child, though I lived with my
Ezra,
husband
book of
30
Adam.
years. And every hour
And the
and
book
every
of
day
Enoch.
for those 30
All
years,
these
I
books
besought
they
the
didn't
Most
want to
High
put in the
every
Bible
day.
because it had to do with
And after 30 years,
most.
God heard
Some
me
of them had to do
looked
with
upon
what's
my
going
little
on
son,
right now in
considered my
the
distress,
world right now. All of
gave me
the
a son. And
people's
I rejoiced greatly over
stuff
him.
that people don't
I and
want
my
to believe
husband and
this
all my neighbors.
used
We
to
gave
be
great glory to the Mighty One.
only in
And I
magazines
brought
or
him up
only
with
people
much
like
care. So
hippies
when he
and
grew up and I came
beatniks,
to take a wife for him, I
Farrakhan
set a
and
date for the marriage feast.
Muslims,
Kept
black
content.
Muslims only talked
But it
about
happened that
hippies
when my
and
son entered his
people
wedding
that they
chamber,
call
he fell down and
conspiracists.
died. Then we
These
all put out the
books,
lamps, and all my neighbors
the book
attempted
of
to console me. And I
Enoch
remained quiet until evening of the
talks
second
about some
day.
really heavy stuff.
But when they had
Anyway,
all stopped
this is a
consoling
music
me that I might be
form
quiet,
here. Let me get back
I
to
got
what
up
I
and
was. What happened was I got sidetracked, but I think some of this stuff is important because there's no way you can live in this world today without knowing what's going on in the matrix. You live in an avatar. You might, if you can figure out that you're somewhere else, actually, body, live in an avatar. You're a spirit that God made, but your spirit might be dead. It has to be born again, so it can move around. And you have a soul. You can barter with that, or you can just leave it where it is. Most of you hear about the entertainment industry bartering with their soul. Or that guitar player was one of the first famous guitar players that went down to the crossroads. First, he was a sorry guitar player. Then again, you could just stay home and practice like I'm doing. Stay home and practice and get sharp. Then when you pop back out, people will say, matter of fact, over in Southeast years ago, back in the 70s, when we were kids, if you were a sorry musician, you would stay home for 6 months or a year, or maybe even 2 years, and then pop back out. And then all of a sudden the rumor was, whoa, what's the name? I remember the guy that lived on Portland Street, Southeast. That was Mount Luther King Avenue. No, it's Malcolm X Lane. Right there, right around the corner from St. Elizabeth. Used to be Nichols Avenue. Anyway, the point is that you can, just like Charlie Parker, he was sorry. He got booed off the Apollo. Went back, practiced, popped back out. You don't need to be selling your soul to get tight. That's another story, though. Anyway, we rabbled on 9 minutes here. We rolling. I'm going to start logging out early here. The point is that you practice and try something new every day. I was watching the videos on my Phantom. I'm going to try some recording every day. Like I said, you should record. You should use each piece of your equipment at least 3 times a week. Nothing should be sitting getting dust in your musical arsenal. If it is, give it to a intern. Pass it on to somebody else. If you're not going to use it, what's the use of letting it sit there for the rest of your life? Pass it to somebody that's going. You're sure that's going to be able to use it. So by reading, sight reading, exercises, I haven't got to my bebop scales. Now that's another thing I need to squeeze into my schedule. Bebop exercises. You can look these up on YouTube. If you want to bebop, I only have a few licks, very few licks, and I haven't transposed them to every key yet neither. It's like one thing I do. Haven't did it. I should be able to move that up to every key. What you do, you figure out where the positions is. That's a minor third, root, minor third, second or a 9. They call this a 9 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 is. I don't know why they don't call that the 2. Listen here, let me show you something. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is a root, and for some reason they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They call a 6 a 13 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, 13. Because of extended chords. That's the extended chords, but I don't understand why they would call it a 13 when really we was calling it 6 chords. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But they call it a 13 chord. They call it 11 because you count all the way up to 11th note. And this is 9 because that's the 9th after the 8. If you don't know what I'm saying, look it up. Look up basic. Learn your scales first. All 12. It's only 12 tones. I'm going to put up my piano teacher's thing in the descriptions again. You can I guarantee, even if you don't know what this guy is talking about, if you look up your basic scales, it's going to start adding up. If you keep listening to something long enough, it's going to make sense. It's going to make sense. I remember the first time I listened to him, I said, man, I learned this stuff at the Modern School of Music. And I was lost back then because actually coming from high school, I didn't learn to read until I was in the 11th grade. And I never got my homework right. I was always getting F's, D's and F's. A C was an A plus to me. And well, anyway, after I finished school, I joined the Army and the Navy, and I went back to school. Everything was on a college level, and I had never been to college before. Most people, right after high school, they go right to college. So I was able to apply myself, at least being able to read. My spelling still was non-existent, and the computers was just coming out with the dictations. And at least I had YouTube to do my homework. Well, anyway, I say that to say I did after I went to school, going back to understanding what this guy was talking about. When I went to Modern School of Music, I wasn't applying myself because I wasn't properly prepared to learn in DC public schools. They don't teach you how to pass tests. It's an ethnic thing. It's a learning curve, that's for sure. They were teaching out of, be honest, white books. We had old white books. You remember, Fun with Dick and Jane, Tom, see Tom Run. This was not urban. It didn't make sense. It was like we made fun of those books. But anyway, fast forward, someone took me aside and showed me how to pass a test. That showed me that the questions that they asked didn't make sense to me, and I was supposed to answer the questions the way they wanted me, not the way not the answer that I figured it would be, because it was always wrong. Anyway, Rattling Man again. My understanding of jazz and theory, your understanding, all you got to do is study this stuff. Go to YouTube, man. If you're just starting out, learn your scales first. Type in scales for adults, or just type in scales for children, and then find something in between that's not going to make you feel so embarrassed, where they're showing you this is a note, this is a white key, and these are two black keys. I teach like that. When I first started teaching, I do this. I told you about the tiger claw, 2 3 2 3 2 3. You can, if you start off even if you don't want to read notes, if you do this 2 3 2 3 with both hands, 2 3 2 3. When you start playing the piano, your finger won't be falling off the note. And if you're not used to playing the piano, when you push a key, sometimes your finger will fall off the note, or you won't be able to push a key because you're not used to doing it. But if you do the 2 3 2 3, and then later on you do 2 1 2 3, practice something. It's like martial arts, or it's just like playing it's a percussion instrument actually. So if you're used to doing the rhythms, everybody got their little drum beat that they do. If you can, I need to start thinking like that myself. And when you start, you upgrade to a better keyboard. These hammer actions, I need to get my color right here. I know you can't see, these keys are all blurry. That goes back. I don't have the good quality camera. Anyway, I'm keeping this. This thing is all the way up to 17 minutes already. I'm going to sign off quick, get ready to eat my breakfast. And I need to run to the store and get my muffin. You know what? Finger exercises too. Finger exercise. And if you like me, you're old, practice your massaging your fingers. Massage your fingers to get the blood flowing in there. If you're like me, if you do this and you don't feel any pain at all, yeah, that's a blessing. My pain comes and goes. It's just like not exercising. If you don't walk around, your legs are going to hurt. Then if you go outside and walk a long ways, you come back the next day, your legs are hurting. Exercise, do something. I do this because I have a little pain in these joints right here. And lately, since I've been doing this, just massaging get the blood to flow, and plus massaging those ligaments or tendons or whatever they are in here. I feel, that it's right in here. It hurts though, but it's probably them cheap cupcakes I've been eating. Anyway, get your schedule. Work on getting yourself a schedule, and like I said, place something, do something that's harder for you to do. Move forward. Don't keep doing the same things as easy, even in life. Do something. Do something. Move on to the higher level, man. Anyway, I'm signing out. I'm ready to get out of here, get my breakfast, and get back on my scales. I'm so excited about reading. It's so boring when you first start because you're fumbling through trying to figure out what line or space is a E or a G. After a while, it's going to make sense. And I'm so excited that later on I'll be able to pick up any music, be able to play anything, man. Look at this here. This is my classical book. Oh yeah, I just started on The Great Entertainer. I remember I had this piece almost down. Great Entertainer. This is Ragtime. Usually, if you hear somebody playing this song, they usually learned it as a child, and they usually play it like a robot. But here's a trick you can play on somebody that if you see somebody that playing a piano Or if you're playing the piano, somebody wants to play your piano and they get on the piano and they're like playing so fantastic, ask them to play the same song and slow it down. If they're playing like real fast, ask them to play the same song and set a tempo like 1/3 of the speed that they're playing. And I guarantee most of the time, 99% of the time, the person's going to fumble through the same song that they just played fluently because it's muscle memory. And they've actually probably forgot the notes that they're playing, and the muscles of memory playing the song. Ask them to slow down a song. Do that with any musician that you see that you think can play really, really good. Ask them to play the same song really slow at a tempo. And not unless they are really serious about their music, they won't fumble. But I guarantee, and do it yourself too. Most of the songs that you know really, really good, slow it down really slow and play the same song and look at the notes you're playing and see if you don't fumble. If you fumble, that's muscle memory. Well, we out. We out. Ship's log. What's the date? Is it what? What's the date? I don't see what the day is. I don't even know what the day is. Friday? Can't be Friday already. It was just Monday. Can't be. Let's see. You guys know what? Oh, it's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Being a musician, you never know what day it is. All you know is that you're supposed to be moving forward and trying to practice something. You should be too. Stay on schedule. Peace out. Peace and hair grease. Roast beef and hair grease. See ya. We out.